Dallas Cowboys just played in their final preseason game of the year, and there was a lot of guys I was actually pretty surprised with in terms of their overall production in this game. Specifically, Mozzie Smith, I thought, had a pretty good game. Shamar James Houston looked really good. I also thought Childress, the UDFA free agent nickel for them, is continuing to get better. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much he'll play during this year's season, but I do think they found a guy here that if he develops over the next few months and maybe years, I think he could be a really good player for them. So we're going to break down some of his film from this game. I want to show you, a little bit of a glimpse into why I think he could be a good player in the nickel, okay? Now, usually the nickel, the guy that plays closer to the line of scrimmage, because they're really good tacklers, and Zion is that guy. Okay, he's also a good blitzer because he's got good burst off the snap, good speed, and you're gonna see him attack this C gap right here. So as we are kind of pre-snap, we don't want to showcase that we're blitzing. And the first thing that we see here is actually a double mug look from our defensive line, which essentially means we are overloading that center. We're telling him, hey, listen, if we come, we're coming, right? Which means they're probably going to have more of their help on the inside of the offensive line as we send this outside blitzer in Zion Childress. And obviously, we want to get as close to that tackle as possible because that is the quickest line to the quarterback. So, boom, look at this play. We're going to act like we're not coming, and then we're going to actually come late, which forces, right, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, right? Now we just, boom, free lane. We want this guy to get outside to move that tackle over, give our guys some space, and it works out beautifully. Zion is there. Now, the risk of this play, because you send what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, is essentially you have nobody covering these flats. Okay, if you just had one extra guy, like if this was man to man, if it was a man blitz, right, you'd have a guy here, you'd have a guy here, and then maybe him there, but it's a zone blitz. So essentially, we have nobody on this side of the field. The quarterback is ultimately able to get this throw off right before getting hit. And ultimately, they do end up getting a touchdown, right? So a good play by Zion. I didn't love the coverage here off this 7-man blitz. And maybe we just send this guy out to the flats. I think it still would have worked, right? Even if we just sent this guy out, this play still would have worked. But again, doesn't work out because this guy is completely wide open and he ends up getting a touchdown there, which sucks. But it is what it is. I thought Zion displays good ability to get to the quarterback quickly. He's also a hustler, okay? High motor guy, high energy guy. They're going to fake this little bubble screen, right? And you're going to see these guys get out to the right quickly because what they're doing is they're going to have a handoff up the middle. They want these guys to overcommit down to this bubble, leaving less guys to attack this guard or not, the running back that hits the guard, the B gap. So again, boom, we bite down. We get these 3 DBs kind of out of the play initially. As we hit that hole, great job of the offensive line, but Zion is never a guy that's just going to stop running. He's always a guy that's going to give it 100% every single time here and does a great job getting back in there, going for the punch. One thing that we've seen a lot with this Dallas Cowboys training camp is they're always going for the punch, the knockout, trying to force fumbles, which is a good thing. You definitely want guys to do that, and right here, loads it up, tries to punch it out, can't, but does come away a little bit of a tackle. You also see, good recognition early here. Yes, he does bite down that screen, but once he gets his head back around, he understands the run. And I mean, very quick, instinctually is able to figure out what they're doing. So good play there by Zion. Again, they pick up a nice big chunk of yards, but at least he was in there for a tackle. Another play I liked here by Zion. Now he's at the top of your screen over here, kind of in this slot. We're going to see a stop route, then we're going to see a deep out, okay? Now I want to display his ability to kind of play both and force the quarterback to go off those reads. Now essentially, why is that important? Well, it allows your defensive line more time to generate pressure, which could end up in a sack, a bad throw, interception, bad decision from the quarterback, right? Maybe a holding call. But again, you're going to get the stop. And right here, he kind of bites down on it, which sends this quarterback in a different direction. He's like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to throw this ball. He waits for this out, kind of get past Zion. We also have a clear route taking away the deep corner, right? But Zion has two guys to guard. You got this hook curl over the middle, right? So as that deep out starts to take break for the out, it's Zion covers it up very well. And what that does is it moves the quarterback off that side of the field. He turns, he looks, there's nothing there either, and ultimately Winfrey is able to get a nice little sack here. So I believe, and at least in my opinion, he does a good job, right? Getting him off this little quick curl. Boom, he's off it because he jumps down on it. As he looks to the deep out, he's on that as well. Nothing's there. Zion, I thought, did a good job taking two routes out of the quarterback's line of vision and allowing the defensive line to get a sack here. Now, you could sit here and say all day that he probably should have just thrown to this curl right there. Right there, he probably should throw the curl, but he's already looked off it. Right? So that shows you a lot. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the family also before we get any further. It's free, doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel, right? We're going to be covering the Cowboys all year. It's my second channel, by the way. My main one will probably be covering a lot of Cowboys, but more offense, defense instead of individual player film, individual player breakdown. So if you want more of that, join the family over here, man. Again, it's free, doesn't cost anything. With that being said, turn on post notifications. Let's continue to dive in. Now, at the same time, I will be honest, and I'll call out some mistakes right here. I think he doesn't do a great job. He reads that it's a run, and this is a reason he's not a linebacker. He kind of overcommits a little bit early. Whenever coaches are looking into linebackers and safeties, nickels, the guys who are in that box, these guys need to be able to react or read, react, and then attack. I feel like right here, he skips the read, he skips the react, and he just attacks, and what that gets him is an instant engagement in a block. Now, what you should have done, or what he could have done, I guess you could say, is just contain the edge, kind of stayed patient right here, and force him back up the middle, right? Force him back to all of these guys, and when we give him the outside, right, you leave him in a one-on-one situation right here. Yeah, you have another safety down here. See how that guy plays. But again, we give him way too much room to the outside, right? And now he can boom or he can boom, right? He can get up, he can go in. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. Because we're not able to disengage like a linebacker, he turns up the field, and then he's able to outrun that deep safety. Again, not terrible, but you don't want to overreact too quickly. That's what gets a lot of people in trouble for the most part. Like, look at 47 up here, okay? He does a good job not overreacting. I know he's on the opposite side of the field, but you see how he doesn't just attack the hole before anything even happens? He waits. He's like, okay, where's this guy going? And then he breaks. Obviously, he's in a tougher spot because he's on the opposite side of the field, right? But he doesn't get blocked at all, right? And Zion, I feel like, could have done a very similar thing there. But again, let me know what you guys think. This one goes for 41 yards. Zion running the entire time up that field trying to get a tackle, but let me know what you guys think about that one. Another play where he kind of overcommits a little bit early here. Again, he's at the top of your screen, right in this area. As they drop back, nothing's really open. They probably could hit this quick slant over the middle, but Zion being there scares the quarterback just a little bit. He also feels the pressure coming off that backside, right? So he steps up in the pocket. Now, in this case scenario, Zion does a good job kind of containing the outside, but he overcommits down. Quarterback makes a good move, stopping on a dime. But again, notice how Zion never gives up on the play, right? Yes, he gets beat. His ankle's broken a little bit there, but gets right back up and actually makes the tackle. Good play by Zion. Again, coming down. And if this quarterback was to get to the outside, I mean, it could have been a big pickup. So he does a good job forcing him back to the middle, right where his guys are. Good thing. Then ultimately getting back up and going to make that play there. So Stick had a couple of really good scrambles in this, in terms of just being able to guys miss. So I'm going to end the video here. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications. Let me know if you want me to break down anybody else on this team. Anybody. Give me some names and we'll do those ASAP. I do plan on doing a Winfrey video. Maybe I'll go Mozzie Smith. He had some good tackles in. yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.